Abusia Mimoa Kwabasado Batilia TV so a legal private legal practitioner a year lawyer topra apretu nyansa kuku a private legal practitioner wakasembi na asemna wakan wa interpret or use the constitution I interpreting with what the equality before the law and the freedom of it. Wamian will say the equality before the law, the three arms of government, there is no one above the other. They are all powers, they are all friends. What Chirmamian will say as equality before the law and parliament is a closed book. Or part is a parliament, a war no any tune the dini juma. Till say you go beyond about what a year Bagbin do no is within their own jurisdiction. One go beyond to interpret the law. That no. He did it according to the standard orders and what according to their jurisdiction. Into our part with this one or interpreted. This case in the Supreme Court no must be what discharged and acquitted, must be thrown away. Yeah, unto Opatra say, as equality before the law, no, actually, Mami will say, there is no one above each other. There is no one that can interfere each other ruling. And the Supreme, the Parliament House have their own power, and the Supreme Court don't have to interfere. In the same way now, what I say, or a private legal practitioner or a lawyer. In the occasion, a year the Parliament has their own power to come out with ruling or decision in their own jurisdiction to beyond and a year Supreme Court to be them. But with this one, Bagbin do not act beyond their jurisdiction to interpret the law. No, according to their jurisdiction or internal. This case automatically what acquitted and discharged from Supreme Court because Bagbin did not act beyond or over beyond their jurisdiction. Ebacho Sana lawyer Ebacho. It's based on the constitution and the rule and the power the parliament have. No, the decision of the speaker was accordance to what their power and the power in parliament. And with this case, Opaja said the equality before the law, every arms of government, the three arms of Obia Wotumi. Until with this matter, interpretation said the case must be discharged and acquitted because speaker did not overrule. In continue some non-free lawyer for comment section.
It talks about equality before the all of us are equal before the law. So principles are already applied. Emma and Resiama in 2020. No, the same principles should be applied today.
17 equality and freedom from discrimination.
That is it.
17:1 all persons shall be equal before the law.
Minia KOG. I said that all persons shall be equal before what?
The law.
And then in some Mokeka and Neno 2020 man can say. And now MPP for now. Omo benefit in 2020 no. This time around omo lose no. In terms of parliament, omo ye nipa SNA ana. Omo ye nipa si NDC for ana. So sometimes no, in your message we Ghana hanu say no. Mejune wa menti ase. He Mameka say me sure in 1979. Yetu aba e Ghana hanu say. Yetu aba no. Hillary man in a be president. Hillary man appointed Papa B ADFNO Justice Apalu to become the Chief Justice. Do you know what happened? Justice Apalu call Parliament for vetting, Wouldn't be a Parliament here, almost rejecting, Almost rejecting, Ekufuado and Echatuchikata as lawyers were hired by one man called Amwakutufo, Dr. Amwakutufo. Then he was a lecturer at Tech. Okay. And now Ghana FNU Tufo versus Attorney General. Tufo at the government echo court and the Attorney General is the one who represents what? The court. That's the government. Omudu court, who their court they can. Or say matters that happen in Parliament is a closed book. So the Supreme Court can you. Or say assembly a basic or Parliament, a closed book. Supreme Court ain't to me here, ain't to me come. That's what we call parliamentary supremacy. So BBC or Parliament, Supreme Court do not have control over it. Unless say maybe their Parliament here, they have exceeded their what? Their element or their jurisdiction. That's what we call ultra virus. But my angel, their speaker ne kwan so ana. Say ne kwan so a, then Supreme Court cannot say said you're here wrong. Asiesi Hackman, maybe before Hackman. Or say the government court. Hackman case also can the same thing. Say whatever happens in Parliament, it's what? It's a closed book of which the judiciary do not have power to open it. So what is the MPP talking about? Meaning, say do you know what will happen in Ghana here? Then the governors cannot happen in Ghana here. Immediately somebody will run to the Supreme Court. Governors will forestall. Do you get it? Anytime our Parliament may take a decision, somebody will run. See, so I am entreating the Supreme Court to be very careful in dealing with this matter. If not that, someone will President Bonnia, Professor Michael Quay, SSA in 2020, I don't have a born MP before and then it is a Supreme Court, SSA and Kwama MPP. No more be emphata. That it's your.
It is Speaker of Parliament Ebetimia joining sitting my friend is Senate until the determination of the issue.
Debbie. So Utie Dafia Makwamoa almost said they are going to go on with the ruling or the information that the Speaker gave to them. The Supreme Court cannot dictate for Parliament. We have the free arms of government are par in terms of what? Governance. They are par. None of them is ahead of the other. And then the Speaker is the head of what? The legislature. And then the Speaker have the right to do whatever he wants to do. Unless you go and challenge the action of what? Of the Speaker. On the basis he has acted beyond what? His powers. But in this case, looking at it, the Speaker have not acted beyond what? His powers. He's within his powers. What he did was just to apply the law, not to interpret the law. Because he doesn't have the power to interpret.
Can the Speaker call the bluff of the court?
Yes. In this matter. Because whatever happens in Parliament is what? It's a closed book. It's a closed book that gave to them. The Supreme Court cannot dictate for Parliament. We have the free arms of government are par in terms of what? Governance. They are par. None of them is ahead of the other. And then the Speaker is the head of what? The legislature. And then the Speaker have the right to do whatever he wants to do. Unless you go and challenge the action of what? Of the Speaker. On the basis he has acted beyond what? His powers. But in this case, looking at it, the Speaker have not acted beyond what? His powers. He's within his powers. What he did was just to apply the law, not to interpret the law. Because he doesn't have the power to interpret.
Can the Speaker call the bluff of the court? Yes.
In this matter. Because whatever happens in Parliament is what? It's a closed book. It's a closed book. But just to avoid conflict, there's sometimes no more jar is a court to me here and say.
That's the interesting question.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Iris and therefore unconstitutional. KOG, the party is like a constitution. You can check Article 1, Emami. Article 1 of the Constitution. Article 1 of the Constitution. Heading here, supremacy of the law. Article 1 of the Constitution. So chapter 1, Article 1. Supremacy of the Constitution.
The sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people.
Article 1, clause 2
Clause 2.
Clause 2 na me pay.
This constitution shall be the supreme law of Ghana, and any other law found to be inconsistent with the provision of this constitution shall, to the extent, I'm sure that the first paragraph.
Yes.
All right.
Or see, the law or the constitution is the supreme law of what?
Ghana.
Of Ghana. That is the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
The constitution now you create the supreme law. But there is one thing that people don't know. There is difference between interpretation of law and application of the law.
Okay.
There is difference between what? Interpretation of the law and what? Application of the law. MKOG, then laws of Ghana. Or say, to aba, na ye president. Dobenya 50 plus 1
is declare the president, yeah.
It's not in the constitution. And you can see you call Supreme Court according interpretation.
David.
Or they can show me, you call Supreme Court according interpretation. And see, what are we doing? We are just applying what?
The law.
We are not interpreting the law. KOG, Fameko Article 97 Clause 1, G and H. And no, and what's them? And Abbas is here. Article 97 Clause 1.
G, if he leaves the party, of which he was a member.
Clause 1 heading, so that they will know what we are talking about. Heading there, what Clause 1?
The Article 97 Clause 1.
Yes.
Okay, so the tenure of office of members.
Yes.
A member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament upon a dissolution of parliament. So let me skip to G.
Way, and I will be a member of parliament. Now, first one, we sit to the bed, you be GFU same.
Yeah.
That is Article 97. Yes, a quine a war mono. We are Mubaku Bia, we sit now, what is our parliament, you be GFU same. Okay, it's your called G, you know.
Okay, so G and C, if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party.
Cynthia Morrison, on your MPP ni.
Or MPP ni.
2024 about your MPP, original MPP ni.
David, as independent.
Until we fee MPP mu anu fi mu ye.
He is currently the member of parliament on the ticket of the MPP.
Now, me say we fi mu anu fi mu ye. MP4 constitution Article 3.
If you go as an independent, you forfeit your party.
You forfeit your party membership.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Alan Chemate or MPP ni.
David.
Hope Sinado or MPP ni.
Sisia David.
Na no Hinington or MPP ni.
David.
I didn't see.
Because they've joined an independent movement.
That
so
is
they forfeited their party.
On situation, is it different from Cynthia Morrison? You defended in 2020 Amudi Yi Obi Efi Parliament. The same thing is being applied to you today. Mose a big crazy that. Now, Modi they see 2020 a different scenario from this one. What is the difference? What is the difference? Minya, my checking H, no. They are saying a G, you're checking H.
H and say if he was elected a member of parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party.
Andres Yama, currently, our party bay.
He said he's an independent candidate.
Now, wako file sir or person contest
on a ticket of MPP.
H way we breach ya no breach ye.
Breach.
Then yeka. And then pa na yeka Ghana anu say MPP for my ya asumu anya den enkoye. And then pa na yeka Ghana anu say. So you see what the speaker did was not to interpret the law. All that the speaker did was to do what? Apply the law. Now, if you crapple, say, what share the statement now? Or say, I am informing the House. What kind of interpretation?
Maybe.
Did the speaker say, here, all the other boss is here, no, oh, permit me about my gun of first or and no, or say, I am informing the House. The speaker never said, he's interpreting the law. The speaker did not interpret the law.
Okay. It's in here, Apenyoma here was to seek an interpretation of the law. And the right place is the Supreme Court, obviously. The Supreme Court here, no, did they on the declaration of what the speaker made? The speaker did.
Yes.
But the interpretation makes it look like as if say the whole indication was wrong. What did the Supreme Court do?
Okay, Minia. In law, if you be said natural justice, and our boss, no.
Yeah.
natural justice and the basic law in the whole world. If he esro in a buy, it's a natural law. Meaning you say what kind of Bible down? Obeka say you say Onyankopon bo wiase no obo Garden of Eden. Yeah. And there was Adam and what? Eve. But who say omudi edua baby? That's what the Bible is reporting.
Yeah.
And you know the attributes of God. You say, oh, you're omnipresent, you're omniscient. In fact, omniscient what we are seeing in the my God. If you can say omnipresent, and I say, baby, I will be on your point.
Yeah.
But the what kind Bible now? Now, we share baby Garden of Eden no mudi apple now. You see, you go do one no. Obisa Adam say, a day na my meanwhile God is omnipresent too. So say beside day, a day na my that is the fundamental principle in law and the natural justice. You see, the can say so obi ye bibi na wujina ho krampa and say won bisa no raising ti or day or in law it is called the Odi Otran Parting Rule. That is here from the other side.
Okay.
It is a judge crown nam law requires so now see the see the anymore on see what can him and pass a judgment. See there somebody bad anymore do a bisa victim they say a crime ben the fast one so accident in the day. See meanwhile it's no a day no. That is what we call natural justice. It's a principle near two. Bakuye nemo judes in kosaswa. That's no man shall be a judge in his own case. And a second one here, the Odi Otran Parting Rule. It will be a short say in this case, no, what they are talking about is the Odi Otran Parting Rule that they should be given hearing. Meaning, say what Article 97 what to say yama hearing be provision by the what Article 97(1). I talk about hearing. Why they can't hearing as no? Is it the MPP who is canvassing hearing or the Supreme Court that's talking about hearing? In any case, Andrew Siamano 2020 no was he heard? Did somebody talk about hearing? Did somebody talk about natural justice? Minia, share Ghana Hanuma ye wono. Mumaba ye nyama bia e betre say ebi mo ye papa si ebi. And ebi mo ye nipa ye den esi ebi. Ye nyina ye den. Ye pepepe. Regardless of where we are coming from. Regardless of the group or the association we are affiliated to. Because regardless of our religion. Minia can Article 17 mami. Article 17 of the Constitution. Now you share the Article 17.
I will say subscribe and share Jomedino. And then I will share no like share until lawyer any kutino and semna na okano and I just all my the details no. And semna okano muda ho yi pa ohwene na e your day man na muda ho na what him say abusia share Jomedino and like in the comment show.